Morning, guys. It's Friday, and you know what happens on Friday? I go through listings. So we're going to go through a couple listings of the week today. I'm actually paying attention to. I've got a married couple that I've been working with from a buy side for a number of months, and you know, when it comes to buyers in the city of San Francisco, you know, we're not talking about Irvine, California, where every single house is identical, and you know, it doesn't really matter what house. You know, in San Francisco, everything's so unique. You know, it comes down to selecting the neighborhood, selecting the type of real estate, and also, you know, what you could afford in certain areas, and making all those decisions. So a lot of times in San Francisco, when I work with buyers, it does take some time. I'm actually closing on a deal, I think on Monday now, that we've been looking for a year and a half, 2 years. So that's not uncommon. But, you know, from my point of view, there are certain people that I really just like. And, you know, this married couple, you know, I just get a good vibe from them. Really nice. You know, communication's good. You know, I'm always every Friday looking for new things for them. And I finally found a few that are going to be of real interest. And really what it comes down to is I look at these listings, and I wanted to share, you know, the 4 listings that I picked as sort of the top listings of the week, so to speak, for you guys today. You know, this couple is looking for something modern. You know, they're a young couple. They do a lot of scuba diving, which is great because I'm a scuba diver. I've been doing it since I was 14. And I know that they need space to rent equipment and all of that stuff, but they also want something very modern. You know, so I basically go through and look for homes that have been renovated because I have a very good feel for their interior tastes, right? Because clearly in San Francisco, you're not going to find a modern exterior, a modern building, but the renovations could be modern. So I wanted to go through a few of these and just sort of show you. And the nice thing is this week, they're all in Bernal Heights. You know, Bernal is a very eclectic neighborhood, I would say. You know, it's got the main drag, Cortlandt, which is a great shopping district, a shopping street. It's got everything you need right there. There are, I would say, better areas than not in Bernal, but it's just a matter of what you're comfortable with, what your price points are, what the individual property is. All of that comes into favor. But, you know, Bernal is one of these neighborhoods that has really increased in value. They're you know, because at a time, you know, they're fairly inexpensive and people have just been renovating. And that's why I found, you know, there's 4 listings that we're going to go through today. So all of these are in Bernal, and I just wanted to sort of flip through some of the pictures real quick because the price points, you know, the price points do get up there. You know, this one you can see it's almost at $2.4 million. But look at the modern detail. You know, you can see it's an old building, but they tore down walls, they opened it up. You can see, hey, look, there's the white kitchen counters. But look, I love the integration of glass within a unit. It's just really cool. But, you know, the structure itself, you're not going to change the structure too much. You know, it's still what a single-family house is. This thing was probably built 60 years ago, you know. But they cleaned it up. I mean, they got the lighting cans. They've new floors. You got new decks. And look, you've got right there. What is that? Tankless water system, guys. And so just wanted to flip through it and give you guys some design ideas also. You know, they carried that white, but also black. Look at that. I haven't seen that for some time. And what is your thought about the tile? Personally, I like the tile. It might be a little overkill. It does look a little bit busy to have it on the floors and the walls, but still pretty cool. I'm sure it's a hell of a lot better than it was before. Standard. There's your bathroom. Look at the backyard. And that's funny. I saw these same sculptures in a house in Tiburon just 2 days ago, too. It's just kind of funny that they're there, too. I don't think it's a staging thing, but maybe. So that's one, and that's properties on York Street. Here's another one. This is a Benton. This is, I think, probably my favorite so far. And one of the reasons is, you know, in San Francisco, you have houses that are attached and houses that are detached, which means they actually do not share a common wall. You know, I would say that the houses they're not sharing a common wall, but, you know, there's like an inch, maybe if that, between the 2 different houses sometimes. Look at this. It looks like it's standalone. Definitely is on the left-hand side. Can't really tell on the right, but you know, look at that. It is completely. Let's flip through it. You can see the modern entrance, very clean and simple. You know that this has just been redone. New lighting. Look, they have the uplights in a tree. I mean, what's not to like? But look at the interior. Look at that. You know, this probably was an original chimney or fireplace, and they probably gutted it and put this gas fire in there. It's just a really nice centerpiece on that. You know, you got the marina windows. When you have the front of the house like that, it's the marina style. So you see it in Sunset, Richmond, whatever. You see it throughout the city. But a lot of the times you can see that this has been opened up because a lot of times there would be a wall right here that would divide the living room into a dining room, into a kitchen. So a lot of times, you know, with these renovations, they just open the whole thing up. And look, that's probably what they just did. Let's go through some a little bit more pictures. Look at that entry door. Look at the cans in the ceilings, really nice. And then they floated the vent straight out of the chimney up and out. You've got the lights kind of spacey. I love the marble. Look at that. That's killer. And then you have the glass. And if you see that, you know, just like in the other one, a lot of people are incorporating the glass partition. And I think it just opens up space just a little bit more and just creates a little bit more of a modern environment. So look, this has got to be the downstairs unit, right? So you go downstairs in these old buildings, and sometimes people, you know, a lot of times in these marina houses, there's a unit downstairs. Sometimes it's incorporated within the tax record. Sometimes it's not. So you have to see if it's a warranted space or if it's not a warranted space. Most likely, if you have the ceiling height, then you have a renovation like this. Of course, it's included within the square footage of the unit. When I see unwarranted spaces, you kind of can tell. Look at the lighting and the it's a wine rack right there. Look how cool that is, and a great way to you know, incorporate lost space within a unit. That is a great design feature. I like that. Especially if it was a little bit, if there was a chiller in there, you know, I would think you need to add a little bit more wine in there because it's just a couple bottles. But look at that. I think that is a great use of space. Look, there's a chiller right there. And then you have the downstairs sort of downstairs bar, wet bar, right? And that's really because this is a living space, right? This space could be probably used for an in-law, I would assume, but there's no oven, there's no stove. So this is more of an entertaining space. This is how the developer created the space to where it's like a living environment. You know, it's a secondary living room. Probably, you know, if I was in this house, I'd have my TV downstairs, and upstairs is just more living and entertaining and dinner and all of that. But the add-on of the wet bar is great. I like this window right here. Look at the ceilings. That is a great touch. Little soffits with the hidden light. Great touch. And then I'm also seeing a lot of wall coverings. You know, this is stone. You can see the seams, but it has a lot of texture, and I'm finding a lot of texture within renovated units lately, especially with the standalone tub. Now, you know, typically, you know, people love taking baths. You know, when we had our water crisis a couple years ago, it kind of like was like, who's going to waste the water? But it looks good. That's what it's saying. And it also creates one of these full bathrooms. So you can do whatever you want. If you had the shower, look, you've got a great shower head here, and then you've got the rain shower on top. And the drain right there. So it's not in the middle. It's one of these graded drains that are right up the side. Very good touch. And here's a good example where you can see all the texture. Look at the texture on the right-hand side of the photo. Very cool, guys. You know, I think this was well done. I really commend the developer on this one. This is a good one. A little bit tight, but sometimes you just can't do much. Here's a sort of downstairs unit going into the back. Slider. Kids room. I don't see a window there. There's a window. Look at that fireplace. That's sweet. Let's flip through this a little bit more. You could see that, you know, for $2 million in a great neighborhood, look at the kitchen. I might have to swing on by there this weekend. Look how nice that is. That's a nice looking unit. Okay, so let's go on to the next unit. I got two more. So, thanks for staying with me. I'm hoping that this is actually going to give you some good design ideas. But you know, if you're looking for a single family home in these areas and you like the modern features, this is good. Look, they have the original wainscoting. So you know, they have some of the classic old still, but look at the kitchen. Look at that kitchen. You get a little bit just darker cabinets with the white, very monochromatic, but really nicely done. I like the look of it. And then you have some space on the outside, an eat-in kitchen. Look at that patio. Great. Look at the windows. Look at how much natural light is going to be coming into that building. And look, you got some views. I like that. I think the purple is a personal choice. Nice master. Look at that. That is money. Can you imagine that? Look at that. I love the design to where you have some modern, but look, they kept, look at that old original fireplace. I'm curious if that was the original. I mean, if I was renovating a house and that was there, I'd probably incorporate it and keep it, because a lot of people in San Francisco, you know, when you read like comments in Socket Site or whatever, even I have friends that have renovated houses, you know, they completely gut it. There's a lot of people that really just don't like that. A lot of people are just like, why didn't you keep the original, you know, flavor of it? Just like my house that I grew up with, you know, they renovated it, and it was a showcase house, and they took some of the details out that are just like, I don't think I agreed with it. Great views, Twin Peaks. Downtown. I love this space up here. It's part of the master, I think, right? Just great. Built-ins for the kids. Layouts. Nicely done. Very nicely done. And then we have the last one in Nevada, right? Or let's see, Nevada Street. Let's start with the first picture. I don't really know if I'd be leading with this picture as first on MLS, but it did get my attention because the outside of the building, I don't know, but look at the patio. You know, that the lots in Bernal can be a little bit tighter. So this is a nice use of space, and that's actually what sort of drew me in. So, you know, commendations to the agent. It did get my attention for sure, because, you know, that's what I'm looking for. But then, bow, look at that. Nice, open. They tore down the walls. I would assume that there was probably a wall that cut through this room or cut through it this way, right? They opened it all up. They got the skylights in there, very modern. Darker color, which I think works. I think a darker color works well when you have a lot of light. So you got to be careful if it's going to be too dark on a lower floor space, you know, to where it just feels too dark, right? Look at that wood, an eating kitchen, got bar stools. Funny thing is, there's not much lip here, you know. I guess there is when you could see it from this angle right over here. Not so much here. I'm sort of curious on where that corner is. But nicely done. I like the brass within the lights. It's pretty cool. Look at that. That's pretty sexy. Cool. Look at that. Can't complain. This is a nice, let's just take a look at that again. That is a nicely laid out space. Really nice. Go through here again. So my top picks of the week are going to be these 4 homes over in Bernal Heights. We've got a unit on Nevada, Holiday, Benton, and York. So those are the properties, the top picks of the week. You know, I really, as I said, you know, these are homes that are going to be more modern, you know, older houses that have that modern tinge to it. But all of them look really well done. I mean, so that's really, that's the reason why I'm considering these as my top picks. If you want to take a look at them, just let me know. I'd be happy to show. I'm sure they're going to be open this Sunday. If you're looking at this video, later on, past September, let me know if you want me to see, because good chance that it might be off the market at that time. I'll pull up tax records, see what these things sold for, and I could definitely help you out moving forward. So give me a call. His name is Jeff Marples, broker, owner, Square Foot San Francisco, Square Foot SF. My number, 415-336-9695. And I hope you found this stuff interesting. I'll be doing this repeatedly every Friday or Thursday, but I'm glad I waited today because, those listings that came up late in the day, I think they're really winners, and they're going to get some attention. They're going to sell pretty well. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You have a very, very good afternoon, weekend, and blessed. Thank you.